The focus of this unit is on the meaning of e-learning, why we should or shouldn't use it, and what the implications for teaching and learning are if we do use it. Now, if you ask people what they mean by e-learning, you'll likely get many different answers. And this isn't very useful if we want to have a meaningful discussion about how to plan for it and how to use it. So it's important that we have a common understanding of the concept. Now, I'm not suggesting that there is a correct and an incorrect understanding of the concept, but I do think that it's important that you clarify your own understanding and realize that others may be using the term to mean something quite different. Now, how we understand the concept of e-learning has important implications. It has implications for how we organize our institutions to develop and support e-learning, for the kind of support that we provide learners and faculty. It has implications for how e-learning is funded, and it has implications for how e-learning relates to the mission and goals of the institution. As you'll see later in this unit, I suggest it's useful to think about e-learning as a continuum ranging from technology support for classroom teaching at one end to fully online distance education at the other end. But there are other ways of conceptualizing e-learning. Just as important as having a common understanding of e-learning is being clear about why we would use it. It's easy to get swept up in the hype of e-learning, but ideally we should be using e-learning to achieve some clearly defined goals. Some of these might include improving the quality of teaching and learning, broadening access to education, reaching new markets, saving costs, and doing more with the same. These are just some of the key reasons that institutions usually turn to e-learning. We need to be sure that our reasons for using e-learning are clear and ideally consistent with our institution's goals for e-learning. We end this unit with a look at the implications for teaching and learning. If e-learning is to be used effectively to increase access, improve quality, and make higher education more cost-effective, it can't be just bolted on to our existing systems. This will only add costs and will likely do little to address quality and access issues. To use e-learning effectively, we need to rethink how our programs are designed and delivered and ensure the affordances of different technologies and modes of delivery are exploited appropriately. But it goes even further than that, than rethinking teaching and learning, because once we start doing that, we can't avoid examining how our institutions are organized. How higher education institutions are organized is centuries old, and it reflects a very teacher-centric view of education. E-learning, if it's used appropriately, allows us to move away from that model of teaching, and this implies not only redesigning teaching and learning, but reorganizing our institutions. As you'll see in some of the readings, some people go even further than that and question the very relevance of our higher education institutions as we know them in this age of e-learning. E-learning then is about integrating learning technologies to transform teaching and learning, not simply using them to enhance existing approaches.